This evening, the UK MPs will vote on a deal that has been reached by Prime Minister Theresa May with the European Union on the terms of Britain's exit from the bloc. The Brexit deadline is on the 29th of March, and today's vote will determine the logistics of how the UK will proceed with Brexit and Parliament's role in the process. Amidst the negotiations, there has been tensions in May's own Conservative Party as they are enraged by the Northern Ireland backstop. For more on the anticipation of the outcome of the vote, I am joined via Skype by Russell Jones, who is a partner at Llewellyn Consulting, which is an independent macroeconomic consultancy based in London. Russell, thanks so much for your time. I mean, we were here before, around this time last year, when Parliament had to make its say on whether May's deal goes or doesn't go ahead. Do you expect May to get her way?
I think that would be a miraculous outcome, in all honesty. I think the only question really is how large will be the defeat in Parliament today. It's possible it could be by as many as 200 votes, which I think would make her position completely untenable. In fact, that would be probably the biggest defeat that any Prime Minister, certainly in the modern era, has ever faced in the UK Parliament. Somewhere between 100 and 200 seats is the outcome. 200 she has to go. 100 perhaps she could muddle through once again, as she has done on several occasions over the course of the last year or so. But the government's in a very, very difficult place at the moment. And to be quite honest, the ultimate outcome of this is anybody's guess. Anybody who tells you how this is going to play out over the next couple of months is probably deluding themselves.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have been having this conversation since 2016, when that key vote was initially done. But Russell, since this time last year, where May initially cancelled the Parliament vote because she herself admitted that she would have likely lost it, she has been in and out of the EU trying to renegotiate a better deal. And I do understand that some amendments have indeed been made, and one of those include putting a hard stop on the backstop to December 21. I mean, this is, some form of compromise. I mean, could this be enough to secure her, like you say, those 100 or the losing vote margin of 100 votes?
I think that's highly unlikely, to be quite honest. The Ulster Unionists, which is the party from Northern Ireland, which is currently supporting Mrs May in her minority government, is really absolutely against the backstop and have shown zero sign of flexibility over the last few days. So I'm afraid it's pretty clear that they will vote against the government, along with the vast majority of the Labour Party, the Liberal Democrats, the Scottish Nationalist Party. Really, it's impossible to see how she could win this. And the scope for further flexibility in negotiation is extremely limited. I mean, the view of the European Union is that, well, we had a deal, we negotiated that deal, that's done and dusted now. And they're very, very reluctant to go back to the negotiating table over the course of the next few months. So the outcome is, as I say, it's very unclear, but over the course of the next few days, we could have a new Prime Minister, we could have the possibility of a general election being called. It really is extremely unclear. And that uncertainty is colouring the way that UK financial markets are performing. And if the uncertainty deepens, I think it's pretty clear that over the next few days, sterling may well take a further hit, and markets in general will struggle.
I mean, the scenarios that you outline, many of your counterparts, or rather your colleagues in the industry, have also said it's quite difficult to know exactly what will happen. Amongst the other scenarios that they have highlighted is the fact that May could be given sort of more time past this March 29th deadline to perhaps broker a new deal, or you will have no Brexit deal happening at all, and you have a case where the UK remains within the Eurozone. I'm interested, I know you say it's very difficult to say which one will happen, but perhaps judging from where you are seeing things going, what do you think the likely scenario will be? If you can allow me to put you on the fence there.
I think it's increasingly likely that the deadline will be pushed back and that Britain will remain in the EU beyond the end of March. I find it very difficult to believe that the logistics of our leaving can be in place before that date. So I think that's quite likely. I think if the one thing is clear is that a so-called hard Brexit, whereby the UK just falls out of the EU with no agreement as such, I think the chances of that have been reduced fairly dramatically recently. Parliament has exerted its power, and there's very clearly a majority within Parliament to ensure that that does not happen, because that truly would be a catastrophic outcome for the economy and for the country as a whole. So my view would be, yes, it's like the whole EU exit is likely to be delayed. We probably won't crash out, but in between those two possibilities, as it were, the outcome is extraordinarily unclear. It really is. I have no memory of anything remotely approaching the sort of uncertainty and the sort of chaos that we're currently experiencing in the UK political scene.
Russell, if you were a parliamentary member, what would you vote for?
Now you're really putting me on the spot. I think my preference, given the situation at the moment, is that we should move towards some sort of government of national unity. Although quite how we get there is also unclear. It may well be that we need another general election before that comes about, and in particular, a general election that really doesn't change the scores, if you like, in Parliament, the balance of power in Parliament. But I think the only way the UK can get out of this now in a satisfactory way is by people coming together to try to reach some kind of agreement. The country is just riven. The original vote was 52% wanting to leave, 48% wanting to stay. And really those percentages have not changed dramatically over the last couple of years. This is a country which is split. So my sense is we need to try and bring together the various parts of Parliament, come up with a government of national unity, perhaps headed by some member of the great and the good, somebody who is well respected across the political landscape. But other than that, I think we are just going to be wallowing in further chaos. And it may mean that we have to go through that further chaos anyway to get that government of national unity. But that's a personal preference. Whether it's the outcome is another matter.
No, for sure. Russell, thanks so much for playing ball. That was Russell Jones, who is a partner at Llewellyn Consulting, which is an independent macro consultancy based in London.